Hey everyone, your designers are here. I'm Anita from Cedar Hill Farmhouse.
And I'm Yvonne from Stone Gable.
And I'm Kelly at My Soulful Home.
We've got tips and tricks and decorating advice for you today, so let's get started.
Today is episode 92, What Makes a Room Cozy? And we are definitely sliding into cozy weather time here in our part of the globe anyway. And so we wanted to talk to you all about how to make a room cozy today.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that's a very important thing. I mean, to me, that's one of my big goals is to make my home cozy. And to me, that's more important than making it elegant or grand. That really coziness is something I really want for my family and friends. And I know you both do too.
Mm-hmm. When I think of cozy, I think of two words, warm and welcoming.
Nice. Yes. Mm-hmm. And cozy kind of starts at your front door even, doesn't it? Right?
Oh, yes, it does. Get that wreath out, girls. Hey, guys.
Slap that baby up on the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and when I think cozy, I think of lots of soft surfaces. So if there's a lot of hard surfaces in the room, it makes me think of adding fabrics in one way or another. So it could be curtains or pillows or throws, or even if it's a chair that doesn't have a cushion, I might be adding a cushion to that chair. I think Anita, the fabrics really help.
I think that's so important. When I think about being cozy, I think about the layering of textiles.
Yes. Bang, 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 bang. Tip of the day. Simple tip of the day.
And thank you. Oh, layering. So early.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Say that again, Yvonne.
I think when I think of cozy, I think of layering textiles. Like think of something on your sofa. Think of a throw and then a pillow and then a smaller pillow and maybe another throw to cover your feet. Just layers and layers. And you've got a carpet on the floor and it has another carpet on top of that the coffee table's on, that when you're sitting on the sofa and all this cozy textiles, there's some like fluffy rug under that as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. She started to even be more effervescent when I gave her tip of the day.
I noticed that. There were flourishes after that.
Yeah.
I'm crazy about textiles. And this is when I think of a cozy room, it's absolutely have to be layered. Mm-hmm. And let me just tell you something that I'm going to do this fall. And it's been around for a while and I've not done it, but I think it's the epitome of cozy. You know those arm knitted throws?
Yes. Oh, the chunky ones?
The chunky ones that you literally knit when you put them on your arms.
Okay.
Susan at Love of Home.
That's what I was just going to say. Let's tell everybody about Susan's. And that's I'm going to give up now because I keep telling her how much I love it and I keep thinking she's going to send me one. But
Susan,
it's very easy to make. She keeps telling me, and I think it really is. I've looked at the tutorial.
Yeah, it's easy to make.
That's really easy to make, Kelly.
That's on my list for doing this fall because I think you don't need much else than that big old chunky arm knit throw, and it's gorgeous. Even if it's done in a creamy color, which I'm going to do.
Oh, that's what she has, creamy color. That's what's on her blog. Okay, we're going to put that in the show notes so everybody, maybe some of our listeners wants to make some for us. That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be email
cozy.
Us and we'll send you our address.
I'll even come pick it up. Okay. I totally agree. And I'm sorry, Anita, but we all said when you feel tip of the day, you can just shout it out. And I did because I absolutely agree, and I'm sure you do. It's the layering, and that is also
fabrics. Yeah.
And cozy. Even aside for just a moment here, that layering and the ability to do that well, that takes you to a whole nother designer level. Yes, that makes a room look done.
Yes, it does.
Yes. No matter what you're aiming for, but definitely it nails it if you're going for cozy.
And can I add this? In my living room, it's formal, but welcoming. It's not staid looking, but I have this black and white zebra rug. It's an area rug, and I like my hardwood floors, but just to be honest, they don't photograph well on my blog. They come up real orange, and I don't like that. So actually, to fix that problem, I ordered a really chunky sisal rug, a big one that took up a lot of the space in my room. And I put the zebra rug on top of it where it was already placed when I didn't have another rug under it. What a difference.
Oh, yes. And
immediately.
I had the orange floors in my other house. That's rough to work with.
Well, they're really chestnut, but depending, because I get so much light in that room, they come up a little too orange. But that aside, it immediately pulled my room together. And that's one of the first words I thought, oh, this is so much more cozy.
Mm-hmm. I think another thing, the fabrics to me are the most important element to making a room
But don't
cozy.
forget that rug. That's really
and rugs. That's
well.
true. And I'm going to add on to that vintage items, because it's that familiar feeling. Oh, that feels worn and useful. And I think more so than I love, there's some really cool contemporary sleek elements you can add to your room, but they don't add coziness. But those old kind of familiar things, vintage items, maybe an old silver pitcher or a worn urn or maybe a wood tote box, all those old things, I think really also give a room a comfortable, cozy feel.
I agree. I don't do as much vintage as the both of you do, but I love chippy architectural pieces. I'll grab a corbel and use it as to keep my books up, or just stand alone. And I love anything that has that chippy feeling, because you're right. It makes a room so much cozier.
Crusty, chippy.
I love that. Crusty, chippy.
No, it adds to the approachability of the room. It's just sort of that little bit of age really makes it feel comfortable and not so precious, that
right.
You could be comfortable in there. And lighting is so very important in any room. But if you're trying to create a cozy environment, you need to have lighting in different heights in your room. Always.
And so when you say lighting, you're meaning lamps, is that right?
Well, all kinds of lighting.
We're not talking about overhead. Overhead
but
lights are awful. Get rid of them, everybody.
Well, if you have the can lights, sometimes they
on a dimmer,
and you need to have them on a dimmer. And I would suggest maybe not going the LED. My electrician tried to get me to do those in one of the rooms. Oh, these are going to last for 1,000 years. I'm like, 1,000 years of bad lighting.
Do you still have your pink light bulbs?
Oh, of course I do. In fact, I just had a few bulbs blow out the other day and I had to replace them.
Did I tell you that I ordered them on Amazon and got this huge box? And when I picked it up, it was all going clink, 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 clink.
Oh, no.
They were just smashed to smithereens.
Oh, no.
Yes.
You had a bad experience there.
You did not, though. But
no, and that wasn't my first time either.
Yeah. So do you think the pink light bulbs make a big difference to make a room cozier?
Oh, make a tremendous difference. Yeah. So I definitely would recommend those. I'm sorry that Yvonne's
that's
smashed.
There's always got to be that outlier.
Yes. So, but I suggest if you're trying to achieve a cozy feel, some little accent lamps here and there. So if you've got the overheads, if you can, please make sure they're on dimmers. You can have an electrician come and do that pretty easily. Or if you feel that you can handle it, you just switch it out to the dimmer. So there you go. You can have them on low. Maybe you've got some of those lovely candles that you can just flip on. So you don't have to worry about the flames, and you can put those in little clusters around. But a really nice accent lamp or two with maybe just a pretty shade where the light is coming through beautifully. Oh, that adds such a level of coziness to any room.
And Kelly, can I just say this?
Yeah.
When I think of that little lamp, I think of your little kitchen lamp that you keep on all night.
Yeah, that's
and how when you go down the steps, it must feel really cozy in your kitchen.
It really cozies up my kitchen for sure, because like Anita's saying, if you've got a room with a lot of hard surfaces, which the kitchen just naturally is with appliances and countertops and things like that, you want to add some coziness. You're probably not going to be adding a whole lot of fabric in your kitchen on a regular basis. So it's a good way to do it with some really nice lighting. So if you can tuck a little lamp into the corner, under the cabinets, or at some expanse. I remember one of our listeners wrote in and told us that she did that. She realized she had an outlet. She pushed some stuff aside, she plugged a lamp in, and she made a little vignette, and that it really changed up the way she felt about her kitchen. And I think about a cozy room as like if I was a cat, where and I walked into a room, where would I
You'd
go
be under
curl
the bed,
up?
wouldn't you?
Well, where would I curl up? What would be the coziest little spot?
I'll tell you, our Hobbs, our orange tiger cat, he loves to perch himself on top of one of my big fluffy throws on the back of my down sofa in the living room.
Yeah,
where the
cats
window
know
is where the
cozy.
I'd
sun-
like to sit there. That sounds really
And that's
cozy.
what I was going to say. Choose furniture that envelops you, but doesn't smother you. You don't want to have to try to get out of a chair. So our sofa has a core foam and it's down wrapped. So it's sort of the best of both worlds, but it feels so cozy when you sit in it. Don't get don't just get like hard straight back chairs. You want things that are like, we have a couple accent chairs that are sort of barrel shaped. Everybody goes for them.
Another thing to think about when you want that cozy feel is, I know right now gray paint is so hot and I love gray. The thing you have to be careful about is that several of the paint shades of gray are really tend toward the blue and can be very cold feeling.
Yes, they can.
And not cozy. So I think if you're picking a paint shade to get one that has a little bit of yellow in it, you want it a little toward the greige so that it's more of a cozy color. So that
Great
would be my
point.
tip on the paint color.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's
another
point.
things that you want to surround yourself with. We all love books and magazines, so you want to surround yourself with familiar things. Like I just love books, and I'm such a magazine addict. You can get it online or whatever. Just forget it. I want to hold it in my hands. So you want to make a nice. Yeah. So I want to flip the pages.
Yes.
We were previewing a beautiful magazine that's coming out. It's the Romantic Homes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And Courtney sent me a copy I could look at on my computer. And as I flipped the page, it went like you're flipping through the pages.
It does that.
They're trying to give you the sensation.
Yeah.
I thought this is amazing because I've never heard that before.
Oh, that's funny.
But think of a place in your home that you could make like a little nook or a little space that has a nice chair, some beautiful lighting, and fill it with great magazines and books and a comforter that you love or a throw that you love.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
definitely have those
creating
cozy
a little
spots.
reading nook like that is such a nice idea to cozy up a room. And if you have a room that's expansive or you have an open concept type of home, you might want to think about creating different little destinations so it feels cozier instead of just having the sofa, one big long thing, and then a chair on either side. Maybe do little groupings if you can, even if that means adding in a little thrifted chair that you painted or something like that. Pull it up next to another bigger chair and maybe put a little tiny accent table and put a little stack of the books that you love on there. Add a little accent lamp to a little gathering of chairs, something that would sort of draw you in, like a little gathering place. Mm-hmm. That's what I think about cozy, like someplace where you just want to go. And now when the days are going to start to get a little bit shorter and the night is falling a little earlier, maybe you'd have time to go and grab one of those books that you have and just curl up like a cat with your little throw and surrounded by your textiles and really enjoy the room in a sort of lovely, cozy, I'm safe at home sort of way. I love that.
Or if you want to listen to our podcast, that would be a perfect place to do that. Or read our blogs.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I think that deserves double tip of the day.
That's
I'm going to have to give her
that's
that one.
shameless self-promotion.
Okay.
As with many of these podcast episodes, there's overlap. So the fall episode, we talked about adding apples and pears as you transition to fall. Well, to me, that's a cozy feel, is to have a bowl of fruit sitting out in the house that you could just walk by and grab an apple or a pear, or
That is very sweet.
a bowl of lemons.
Very
or something.
inviting.
Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quinn's. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor. And I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. You know, we're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order.
I want to sort of piggyback off what you said, Anita, about a bowl of fruit or something sort of fallish out. Spiff up your drink station, like your hot drink station.
Oh,
make
now that's
coffee
cozy
bar
as a drink
or tea
station.
bar,
Yeah.
and just make it a part of your kitchen. Or we have a bar in our breakfast room in between our kitchen and our family room. And I've been thinking about maybe putting our Keurig, our precious Keurig that has all of our great coffees there. So just make a really nice station for the fall and the winter and the cold times.
I don't have one of those
idea.
drink stations. You see them all over the blogs. They're so darn cute. And like the mini marshmallows and the thing. Do I need a drink station?
Yes. Yes.
okay.
Your daughters would love it.
I would love it. I
Now,
don't
see,
know. They're
ours
a little
is primarily-
slobby. I'm not sure I'd love it.
Ours is well, so is Bobby. Ours is. I come down and like the sugar's spilt on the, I'm on the counter. I'm thinking, okay, Bobby's been here, but he also brings me coffee in bed, so I can't complain.
Well,
too much.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
We can't.
Yeah, our coffee station
Don't listen,
is a
Bobby.
must.
Yeah. Okay, I have another idea for adding the textiles, like Yvonne mentioned. How about some lumbar pillows to your dining room chairs?
Oh, great.
You know,
idea.
those little longer, more rectangular pillows. It's just another place that you can add some texture. As my husband would say, another place we can spend some money.
Or a slipcover for your chair. That would make it more
Oh,
cozy
that'd be
feeling,
beautiful.
too.
I have black and white, or they're like a charcoal and white, big plaid lumbar pillows on my dining room chairs, and they're just beautiful. I took them off and put a couple other pillows on, and I did a post for photographic purposes. But I love the black and white ones so much, I put them back on.
Oh,
Yeah. And the other ones were the square. There's just something about that lumbar pillow.
Yeah, and it doesn't. And if you have pretty chairs, it doesn't cover up a whole lot of the chair, and it's just something. And it could be. It's not something when somebody goes to sit down, they'd have to be like, "Why is this pillow behind me? Like I'm now on top of the table and have to take it off." It actually feels really nice. So that might be something
if it's
want
not
to think
too
about.
hard. I mean, if you want something really squishy, yeah.
Oh yeah, it has to be squishy and cozy. Must be, of course. But
it can't be a real puffy pillow. It has to be a little bit on the
squishy
side. Yeah, or squishy side.
Yeah,
right. Just because it's so it can fit in that chair.
Because again, in the dining room, similar to the kitchen, it's really not a room where you're going to necessarily have a lot of fabrics,
right?
Just layered. Maybe your rug, like Yvonne mentioned, but you might not have a tablecloth on there all the time, and you're going to have sort of the flat table. Then you have maybe the wooden or some sort of metal chair. So it might be a nice place to add in a little bit of texture.
Kelly, we replaced our wooden chairs. They were wood and painted black in our breakfast area, which is right next to the kitchen. And we replaced them with upholstered chairs. What a difference.
It does make a huge difference.
Huge difference. Everything looks so more inviting.
Well, that's a great idea. And people can do that even just at the ends if they have a rectangle table. They could just choose to replace 2 chairs and replace them with what would be called kind of like a Parsons chair, those covered chairs. And those are not very expensive. I know Ballard has a really great one, and you can put your own fabric on or you can use their fabrics. I had that in my prior home because I just felt like there was just a lot of wood in that room, and I wanted to soften it up, but I didn't want to replace all 8 chairs. So I just did the 2 at the ends.
Well, we have a round table and there's only 4. So I'll not put that in the show notes. What a difference that made.
Yeah, because we had actually some folding. They look more like outdoor chairs at the Mountain House because, we're trying to do it on a real budget. So the chairs, they're kind of those folding chairs that you would find outside around the table, but they just looked not comfortable. So I went to World Market and found some really inexpensive Parsons chairs, and it's actually kind of in a pleather. I think that's what we call it. It's not quite leather, but looks like leather. And so, they're easy to clean. Put those on the foot, both ends of the table. Then I did some of those rattan kind of Parisian looking.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Oh, I do love those
on the sides. And it was not a big expense, but it looks so much more cozy now. And so it's what you said. It's more comfortable to sit in, but it looks more cozy in the room without really a big expense. The other thing I wanted to add on in the bedroom, because I don't really like too many pillows on the bed, but you want it to feel cozy, is to try switching out maybe adding some Euro pillows to the beds if you don't already have that. I think that adds even more softness and height to your bed. And
why don't you explain that just in case people don't know?
I'm such a fan of Euro pillows, Anita.
Well, a Euro pillow, there's square pillows, and I think they come in different sizes. But
I think they're 26 inches square.
Well, that's the more standard size, but they actually, I believe you can get them up to 30 inches and even down to maybe 22. So there's a lot of different sizes of Euro pillows, but the most standard size is a 26 by 26. But they sit up a little taller in your bed, and I think they give it a little more height and coziness. And they're actually quite comfortable if you're going to sit and read in bed or something, or if you have Bobby bringing you your coffee in bed.
Oh, right. You don't want to spill it on your Penoir set. You would want to be sitting up on your Euro.
You mean my white long sleeve T-shirt and my pajama pants?
Word Penoir in 30 years.
Oh my God. You heard of that in kindergarten first? That's so strange.
Yes. Isn't that amazing?
Let me tell you, one of our listeners has nailed cozy, and she's also nailed tiny, but I want to tell you guys about a blog tour that I was home tour that I was able to do on my blog from one of our listeners, Lynn. Lynn is the proprietress, along with her husband, JR, of L&J Goods. And she is a listener of Decorating Tips and Tricks and a reader of her blogs and all that wonderful thing. So Lynn is firmly entrenched in our family here. And she responded to our podcast about the tiny houses and sent a really wonderful email and explained all about how she was nodding and laughing and listening and pointing and gesticulating while she was listening, because that's exactly what she and her husband has done in this beautiful little home that they have completely transformed. You have to see the before pictures to even really appreciate the after. But if you're looking for cozy and you want to see with your own eyes how to add cozy to a room. And it really doesn't matter that Lynn's rooms are on the smaller scale because you can add these elements on a bigger scale as well. Pop over to my blog and have a look. I would love everyone to see Lynn's home for the coziness and for the tininess and for the creativity most of all, because she did an amazing job
It's
in this place.
adorable.
It's
That's
very
what I
charming.
think of it. Oh, yeah, charming, adorable.
Charming. And her view. I mean, talk about location. She's right on, I believe it's Lake Ontario. I mean, it looks like you could
beautiful.
dip your fingers in from her couch. So anyway, I'll put the link. It's a few blog posts back on my blog, but I will put the link in the show notes and you guys can take a look.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
How about, I mean, cozy
have,
doesn't have to be wintertime. Cozy can be in the summer and the spring too, but everybody sorts of thinks of cozy more around the fall and into the Christmas holidays and other holidays that we have in the wintertime. So maybe a little touch of plaid.
Ooh, yes. I love plaid. And
I
plaid's
actually
really hot right now.
Yeah, plaid's hot. I just bought a little, maybe a yard and a half of a grayish and charcoaly plaid at Joann's the other day. It's soft, and I think I'm just going to make a few little pillows for the porch.
Oh, fun. That does
great
sound
idea.
fun. I do have let's go in a different direction. I think how your house smells has a big...
Well, I was going to say,
it's aroma.
We need to head that
A smelly house is not a cozy.
No, a smelly house is not. If you can smell what's in your trash can, it is not a good house, a good cozy house. But I have gone from I do like scented candles, but I've gone way the other way to oil diffusing.
I just got one on your recommendation.
Love.
Very nice. Yeah.
And
well, tell us what scents we need.
Well, my favorite for a cozy winter, if you're going to do fall winter, is from Young Living Oils, and it's called Thieves. Like, the thieves got my jewelry or something like that. Thieves. And you can get that if you go to Love of Home.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just stick with Susan because she's
she's
big into that.
And she has all kinds of recipes for diffusing beautiful smells. And the nice thing about it, it's just pure essential oil. And a lot of it is very sort of good for you. And it makes sure it doesn't smell fake because it's wonderful. And my
some
favorite
of those scents can give you a
tangerine
headache.
is the best.
Well, right. So that's why I like the essential oils, because they're not going to give you a headache like some of those scented things that just those synthetic odors and stuff. Yeah.
And I also make my own simmering potpourri. And what we usually do is we just save our orange, tangerines, lemon peels. And even if they dry, it's okay. And I just put them in a pot with a couple cinnamon sticks, a star anise, a handful of cloves, even some peppercorns. It just makes it smell good to give it that depth of flavor.
Oh, I love that. I do that as
That
well.
smells so good.
And just let it go on the stove.
Simmer, and once it's really going, I turn off the burner and I put it on my island because that's sort of very central, and just let it just diffuse in the air.
Inevitably, with the new year come wellness goals. One very effective and easy to reach goal is to add Dose to your wellness regime. Dose is expertly formulated organic wellness shots that support your liver in one delicious drink. Formulated with ingredients clinically shown to support liver health: potent turmeric, milk thistle, and ginger. There's 0 sugar and 0 calories. Did you know that your liver performs over 500 special functions? Since I learned all that my liver is doing, I started with Dose to support all those vital functions. I take a shot of refreshing Dose 2 times per week to combat everyday toxins from food, meds, alcohol, and unhealthy air. Since starting with Dose about a month ago, I am definitely feeling an overall improvement in my health. So if you want to give Dose a shot and invest in your health like I have, Dose is offering DTT listeners 15% off your first order, plus an additional 15% off if you subscribe for a monthly delivery. That's 30% off your first order. So go to dosedaily.co/DTT and use the code DTT. That's dosedaily.co.co/DTT and use the code DTT. Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months.
And my son loves that. He always says, "Oh, Mom, it smells like fall in this house."
Isn't that nice?
I know, but aren't they then looking around for the pie? Or
Hey, that's how we sold our home, our first home. I diffused all these great scents, and our realtor said somebody came in and just loved the smell of your home, and that really helped sell it.
there you go. I know it does.
Scent
help.
is very, very powerful, and
Very
it's supposed
powerful.
to trigger the most vivid memories.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And also, here I've got another one that you don't have to do anything really for. And turn the TV off and play some music.
Oh, nice one.
Ah, cozy.
Fill your home with the music you love. Now, my husband likes headbanging music.
He
And
does?
Oh my gosh, he's such a rocker.
Oh,
I
boy.
would never guess that.
Oh my. And then he loves country. Well, we all love country, but I really love, and we love the standards, like, Rod Stewart has a great, fabulous album that from years ago, all, the beautiful standards that things like Bing Crosby and Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole sang.
Yeah.
And that's what we love to fill our house with, but it's a little more modern. And when I'm by myself, I play a lot of classical music because I do love classical music.
That's a nice idea. So all the senses
Yes.
can be triggering the cozy. I think that makes a big difference.
And if it's around the holidays, well, you know what you're going to fill your home with. You're going to fill your home with music that's of the holidays, all Christmas music.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're using your Alexa, does everybody know that all you have to say if you're using your Amazon Echo or your Alexa Dot, all you have to do is say, Alexa, play decorating tips. And decorating tips and tricks, the podcast will play for you. And you can even choose your episode.
The current episode will play if you say, Alexa. I always say, Alexa, play podcast decorating.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
That works for me. And don't say the whole thing. I mean, don't say the whole word. Not decorating tips and tricks. It gets a little confused.
Well, the "and" throws her off because she thinks you want to listen to two things. So you say decorating tips or decorating podcast.
Tips.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that should work for you. And yeah, we're on there and that's really been fun. I do that in my kitchen. I'm chopping stuff up and I always want to listen to the episode after we record it. And sometimes I go back and listen to other ones for fun. In case I missed anything.
And
well, when I'm missing you, I listen to the episode.
How can you miss us? We text all day.
Oh, well, I don't know. Sometimes.
I love it. You just miss our lovely voices.
I do.
All righty, everybody. This was great. Anybody have a last tip for cozy?
A hug.
I think we got it.
Give each other a hug. That's so
cozy.
Oh,
there you go.
And she already has tip of the day, and she's throwing that out.
Yeah, I'm just sucking up now.
Wow, the icing on the cake.
Okay, everybody. That's it for today. So remember, we are here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
Hey there. If you're loving our podcast like we're loving our podcast, we would love you to rate and review us. Head to iTunes to do that. It's easy and it would mean so much to us.